3, 2, 1. This says it's live, but there's no little yellow button again. There it is. Hey, we're live, Internet friends. This is Magic Brad, SynergyCafe, Asheville, North Carolina, Synergy Collaborative. And we're talking about the topic of meditation. And again, we've got Mr. Damon Dickinson. Yes?
Good morning, Brother Bradley, and all our friends out there in cyberspace.
All of our beginner meditation people have a question for you.
Yes.
And the question is, what's the best meditation?
Well, again, we've talked a lot about the different benefits and different kinds of meditation, and I'd say the best meditation really depends on the person, where they're at, especially if they're a beginner, what their nature's like if they're an active person or if they're more of a sedentary or relaxed person already, that you kind of got to get a feel for what works for you. What I can share from my own personal experience, what the best meditation is for me over the 27 plus years that I've practiced and explored different forms of meditation, and what's working best for me now is a form called open heart prayer and meditation. There's open heart meditation, there's open heart prayer. And it has proven to me, and I'll give a small background story. So throughout my years of exploring and practicing different forms, I had 3 or 4, maybe a handful actually, over that 20 plus years, where I had very spontaneous experiences of my heart opening, being just fully present, realizing I didn't have to do anything but allow myself to be loved in that moment, and just the deepest presence of peace. And I knew I wanted more of that. And I kind of touched on that experience from different forms of meditation that I had practiced, but I still knew that my heart was like the key. It was the center of this experience that I wanted more of. And, it led me down a path where for about a year, I practiced every morning, an hour in the morning and an hour at night, basically just sitting in silence, focusing on my heart, because I knew it was the doorway. I knew it was the key. And I still didn't have one of those spontaneous experiences during that year, and then I moved into a pretty formal Zen practice for about 2 years. And what I did experience is that when I went into Sesshin, which is our retreat, which was like 7 days, basically sitting on a cushion, staring at the wall, counting your breath for an hour at a time, but 12 to 16 hours of the day, that after about 3 days I could start to enter that space. There'd be a lot of craziness going on and different things happening in my mind, and as my mind began to calm down, I would start to feel that deeper peace. Didn't always feel the opening of my heart, but I definitely felt deeper peace and awareness and presence. And then about 2-3 years later was when I was introduced to open heart, and these simple, very simple keys, which I'd be happy to share with you and I, and you and I have done it a couple of times before, made all the difference in the world. These just 2 or 3 simple keys that I didn't have before. And once I had those, it was just like a whole new world opened up to me, in being able to have a consistent, easy, simple way for my heart to open and experience almost instantaneous bliss and gentleness and deeper healing and realization on my spiritual path. And that's continued now for like 8 plus years, almost 9 years.
So to the question of what is the best meditation, I think I kind of sense 2 answers there. And one is the best meditation is what suits you best as an individual, because like there's walking meditation, so a person that loves to walk, that might be a great meditation for them. And I'm assuming there's probably like a running meditation, kind of like a runner's high kind of meditation, so that would be best for them.
Right.
Or if they're just a very complacent person, maybe it's just sitting in a chair, so that resonates with them. But I think you're maybe a little bit biased with the heart-based, and I can relate to that with some of the stuff that we've been talking about with the scientific evidence that the heart is smart and resonates out multiple times more than the thought the brain does.
Right.
So I think, and I think there's a whole new movement. I think there's a whole new movement of the female energy over the male dominant energy. It's more about collaboration rather than the competing and conquering. It's about cooperating and collaborating. It got more heartfelt rather than the brain having two hemispheres of it's either you or me, whereas the heart is all one. We're all one world.
Yes, and it really depends on what your intention and goal is with meditation too. Some people, they just want to learn to relax more. As we become more on the actual spiritual road path of like choosing to know what ultimate truth is, our purpose in life, to be closer to and have a relationship with the Creator, then more and more the heart becomes more of the avenue than just finding a way to relax and be more present.
Okay. Well, we've been in this for a while. Is there anything else you want to say to wrap it up, and then we'll?
I mean, other than just to offer, those basic steps for the open heart, heart strengthening, so people could actually feel it for themselves. We could do that really quickly.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So first of all, you just find a nice, comfortable sitting position with your spine comfortably straight, not forced. Any sort of chair or cushion is fine. And then close your eyes, letting your brain relax. Taking in a deep breath, and as you exhale, just letting go. And beginning to smile sweetly and freely. And now taking a couple of fingers from your left or right hand and touching your spiritual heart, which is in the center of your chest, right at about armpit level. And as you lightly touch your heart, continuing to breathe deeply, relaxing more and more on each exhale. Without thinking how or where, just begin to smile to your heart. And as you smile to your heart, just allow yourself to feel any changes that begin to occur, especially right where you're touching your heart. Most people, quite often, will begin to feel a very light, gentle feeling beginning to flow right where they're touching your heart. And all you have to do is just keep relaxing, smiling, and enjoying that light, gentle feeling, letting it flow. And one last little thing is, if you can feel that light, gentle feeling, then let your heart realize this light, gentle feeling is the blessing of true source. True source just being a non-denominational word for the source of all love and all life. And then maybe at another time, Brad, we'll actually offer up the open heart prayer to go along with the meditation, because it really does help go even deeper into the process of opening up and healing at very deep levels. And as you stay in that light, gentle feeling, you can even keep touching your heart. You can allow your eyes to slowly open, continuing to smile, and just enjoy. So that's the very simplest steps of the open heart meditation. Call it heart strength.
My eyes, and there was some other window that popped up on my computer. I thought I was in a different space.
There you go.
Pop-ups. I hate pop-ups. Don't hate. You're supposed to be a loving heart. Okay, I feel better. Alrighty then, Mr. Damon. We're about that was good, about 10 minutes. So that's a good little 10-minute video for people to peruse and share and like and comment, and please do so. Dana and I have our links within the video, so if you have some questions or something, you can contact either one of us. And that's the story for the day. So peace, love, and happiness. Damon, thanks again.
Peace.